Hello. Now that we're done with the semester and we're reflecting on what we've learned and what we can sort of make progress on, I am going to talk about the importance of knowing your sources or source knowledge. So, in my previous speeches and the speech assignments, specifically the informative and persuasive speech, because the introductory one doesn't really count, you can kind of tell, and I've tried to make progress on this, that I didn't really know my sources prior to the speech. I kind of just selected them for the purposes of the speech, and I didn't really read it. I kind of just used the citation and read a summary of it and sort of skimmed the article. And it really comes across a lot in the speech with both content and delivery, that the content is sort of fragmented, and you'll have a lot of repetition that you don't really get if you know your sources, because the repetition will very often be repeating words that are in the title or keywords or things that are on the slides, because I had presentation slides as visual aids. And you can, I already said that. You can tell that you don't know your sources. And it really impacts your speech. So that's the content portion. For the delivery, it's sort of the same. It impacts the speed of your delivery, the effectiveness of it, because your speech is broken and separated and repetitive in a lot of parts, which it extends, I suppose for assignments, it extends the time, but you really don't want all of the filler. You want actual information that is concise and easy to understand for your audience. And it's just really important to know actually what you're supposed to be talking about, as opposed to reading a summary and reciting keywords that you think will hopefully, on improv, make sense. But when you go back and you actually rewatch the speech and rewatch the content and listen to the words and not zone out during it, it really doesn't make as much sense as you probably think it does when you're recording. At least for me, that's how it turned out. And I tended to not rewatch it before I uploaded it, so going back and rewatching it, it's kind of embarrassing, but at the time I was like, this is really good. It wasn't, and I know it's because I didn't know my sources, because I didn't want to really read too much on it for a 3-minute video, but it did really impact it. And I think it's really important in the future for myself and for any of you guys in the class that you know your sources before you present, because improv can be good at times, but only if you actually know the information and can do something with it. You can't improv with nothing, with no context, no reading, no prior knowledge, because the chances are you're just going to end up reciting keywords and phrases that don't really mean anything unless you have content behind it to back it up. You can't just say, oh yeah, the Amur Tigers from so-and-so and so-and-so, because I already forgot it, because, I don't know, that's so long ago. But it's not going to matter to the audience if you don't have anything behind it, if you're just saying words. And that's when people tend to zone out, is if they feel like the speaker, at least for me, is when you feel like the speaker either doesn't know what they're talking about or is just trying to kill time or drag it out or make it seem like they know something, that they have a base concept of what they want to present, but it's really just not structured well. It's not structured well, and it sort of just makes you disengage as a person in the audience. So yeah, so as the, oh my god, I say so and a lot, which is also a thing I need to fix. But as for source knowledge, that's what I've sort of chosen to reflect on for the semester, and I hope this helped you guys, or not helped, but if it didn't help, convince you that you should read your sources. It's been a great year, guys. Or not year, but semester.